Everyone in the neighborhood knew Saira as the woman who baked the most delicious bread. Her small bakery, Saira's Oven, now famous, started from nothing. But life hadn't always been easy. Saira married young, at the age of 20, to a kind but poor man named Arif, who ran a tiny grocery shop in their neighborhood. Life was simple, but full of struggles. They lived in a small rented house with two little children, Ayan and Zara. Every day was a challenge. The rent, the bills, the grocery supplies, everything had to be managed carefully. Yet Saira never complained. She woke up before dawn, baked fresh bread, prepared breakfast, helped Arif at the shop, and made sure her children went to school with clean uniforms and bright smiles. But one stormy night, everything changed. Arif, who had been feeling weak for a few days, collapsed suddenly and passed away. He was only 35. The house that once felt warm and safe now felt empty and cold. Saira's world shattered. Overnight, she went from being a wife to a widow, from being a helper to becoming the only person responsible for her children and their survival. People in the neighborhood whispered she should go live with her parents. How will she manage two children alone? Some even said she will never succeed on her own. But Saira didn't give up. She didn't ask for charity. She didn't cry in front of everyone. Instead, she did what she knew best. The very next morning, Saira woke up before the sun. She rolled her tired shoulders, kneaded the dough she had prepared the night before, and baked fresh loaves of bread. She packed them into baskets and walked to the busy market street nearby. She set up a tiny wooden stand and started selling her bread for just 10 rupees each. Her hands shook, her eyes were red from sleepless nights. Her heart ached with grief, but she smiled and greeted everyone. Some passers-by laughed, some shook their heads. "Selling bread in the rain? How sad," they whispered. But some tried her bread and loved it. And slowly they started coming back every day. Days turned into weeks. Saira worked tirelessly. She added sandwiches and pastries to her menu. She bought small crates to display her breads neatly. She painted a simple signboard, Saira's Oven. She worked from morning to night, never complaining, always smiling. She ignored the judgmental stares and the whispers. She ignored exhaustion and the pain of losing her husband. Months passed. Saira's determination began to pay off. People started recognizing her in the market. Her bread was fresh, her sandwiches were tasty, and her little bakery became a favorite spot for everyone nearby. Her children noticed their mother's hard work and determination. They too learned the value of grit and persistence. Years went by. Her daughter Zara grew up to become a nurse caring for others with kindness. Her son Ayan became a small business owner, running a shop with the same honesty and dedication that his parents had taught him. And the youngest, he now helps Saira in the bakery, learning from her every move. One day, a journalist came to interview Saira. He asked, "Weren't you scared when everything changed? When you had to support your children alone?" Saira smiled softly, wiping flour off her hands, and said, "Of course I was scared, but fear doesn't bake bread. I had mouths to feed, dreams to protect, and a life to build. Giving up was never an option." Moral: strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is a woman who wakes up before dawn, kneads the dough with tired hands, and chooses not to give up. Not for fame, not for glory, but for her children, her family, and her dignity. Vocabulary lessons: breadwinner, the person who earns money to support a family. Example: after her husband passed, Saira became the sole breadwinner. Grace, dignity, or polite behavior. Example: she handled her struggles with grace, never losing hope. Grit, courage, and determination in tough situations. Example: Saira's grit turned her tiny bread stall into a famous bakery. Strong-willed, determined, and not easily discouraged. Example: Saira was strong-willed and never gave up even in the hardest times. Empowered, given strength or confidence to take control. Example: Saira felt empowered by her small victories each day. And remember, if Saira could rise above all challenges, So can any one of us. Every small effort counts. Every moment of courage matters. Every choice to not give up brings you closer to your dreams. If you were inspired by Saira's story, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more amazing stories like this. Don't miss out. Join the Moral Echo Tales family and let's learn life lessons together.